Why so many of our habits are a source of suffering. A personal perspective. You can change habits that are no longer serving you well. This is printed in Psychology Today, posted April 1st, 2025, and reviewed by Michelle Quirk. We're all conditioned by nature and nurture to develop certain habits. Sometimes those habits become a source of suffering and dissatisfaction. The good news is that we can learn to change habits that are no longer serving us well. Accepting our life as it is, including its unpleasant experiences, can be a tremendous challenge. I've been facing this challenge since 2001, when I became a long hauler from what appeared to be an actual viral infection. We develop so many habits that don't serve us well. As for nature, both nature and nurture come into play, but as for nature, we seem to be hardwired to want all of our experiences to be pleasant. So it's tough not to recoil from unpleasantness when it comes our way, as it inevitably will. This hard wiring has its roots in early humankind's will to survive. It's difficult to overcome, but not impossible. As for nurture, our psychological conditioning tends to distort what to expect in life, leading us to have unreasonable expectations. We shouldn't understand the depth and strength of our conditioning, as we often turn it against ourselves, blaming ourselves when an expectation falls short. This conditioning starts in early childhood with our parents and other influential people in our lives. It continues into adulthood with cultural norms and the media playing a major role. For example, we're often taught as children that if we work hard enough, all of our dreams can come true. Then when that doesn't happen, we blame ourselves. Self-blame is one of life's most painful habits. Many people are conditioned to believe in the power of positive thinking. But no amount of positive thinking will stop computers from crashing, or people letting us down, or then our bodies getting sick and injured. We think that fulfilling our desires, getting what we want, will bring us lasting happiness. This conditioning sets us up for a double dose of suffering. The first dose is that most of our desires in life go unfulfilled. Life's uncertainty and unpredictability alone assure that we're not going to get our way a good part of the time. That second dose is that even when we get what we want, it doesn't lead to lasting happiness. Our minds are as ever-changing as everything else in the world, which means that when we do fulfill a desire, it's unlikely to be long before it gives way to a new desire. To quote Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron, our attempts to find lasting pleasure, lasting security, are at odds with the facts that we're part of a dynamic system in which everything and everyone is in flux. And so you may think, if only I could get this job, I'd be so happy. But if we get it, it may turn out to have some not so appealing features, such as overly demanding boss, perhaps so demanding that it won't be long before we are thinking that another job will bring lasting happiness. If we get caught in, if only I weren't sick, I'd be happy. That's an easy one to buy into. I'd be able to travel again and go out in the evening. I'd even be able to see what our daughter and her family have lived in LA for the past 10 years, and well, there's no end to my fantasies. But who am I kidding? Even if I weren't sick, my life would still have its share of joys and sorrows, successes and disappointments. In that if only desire to be healthy and its accompanying belief that I'd be forever satisfied with my lot in life still pops up. But as Evan Don Draper cynically remarks on television's Mad Men, what is happiness? It's a moment before you need more happiness. The unquenchable thirst. The Buddha had a name for this, if only desire. He called it the unquenchable thirst. It refers to a particular type of desire, and it's not the desire associated with preferences or with mundane activities, such as a desire for an ice cream flavor to be chocolate or to turn left at the next intersection. Nor is it the desire associated with altruistic intentions, such as helping someone in need. To rise to the level of an unquenchable thirst, we must feel that we need to fulfill the desire in question. We think we didn't have a choice, that satisfying the desire is tied to our very ability to be happy. I experience as a painful lack in my life, a lack that can only be satisfied by getting my way. This unquenchable thirst is one reason why it's hard to be present for our life as it is. We've been conditioned to believe that lasting happiness is waiting for us just around the corner if only we can get what we want. Being present for our life as it is. The key to the peace of mind is to stop tying our happiness to fulfilling our desires, and instead shift our attention and focus to being present right now for our life as it is, be it joyful or sorrowful at the moment. As for psychological conditioning, more than 2,500 years ago, the Buddha said what neuroscientists are confirming today. The mind is soft and pliant. It means that our conditioning can transform, and that we can change the way that we respond when desire arises. We can note it without needing things to be different. That's the key, without needing things to be different. We can become aware of the psychological conditioning that's left us with unreasonable expectations about life, and that leads us to make demands that can't be satisfied. With this awareness comes the potential to free ourselves from being slaves to our unreasonable and ultimately painful desires, and to embrace the life we have. My best to everyone.